daughter of King Janaka and Queen Sunena of Mithila, Sita's sister, cousin to Mandavi and Shrutakirti, daughter-in-law of King Dasharatha and Queen Sumitra of Ayodhya, Lakshmana's wife. I am Urmila. The many Ramayanas have sidelined me and made me a metaphor for sleep. Now it is time I told my story. Rama had to fulfill his father's boon to Queen Kaikeyi and leave for exile for 14 years along with Sita and Lakshmana. You are Urmila, one where the hearts meet. You bind all your sisters with patience and wisdom. Look after my broken family, said Lakshmana when he left for the forest. I was heartbroken. But I had known that if Lakshmana ever had to choose, it would always be Rama over me. Shrutakirti, my cousin, had asked me how I could accept a man who had surrendered himself to another. But we had promised that a love for each other would not conflict with the duty and loyalty towards our families. Also, I loved him too much to suffer the misery of living without him. I had to marry him to make myself happy. With Rama, Sita and Lakshmana leaving for the forest, my private exile of 14 years started. With the passing of King Dasharatha and Bharata away at Kaikeya, there was confusion and fear of anarchy in the state. I, Urmila, the true daughter of Janaka, had to help with the affairs of the state. I did not cower in fear and grief, but took royal decisions and tried to bring peace in the kingdom and the family. After the funeral rites, Bharata was not ready to be coronated. He set out to the forest with an entourage of mothers, ministers and gurus to bring Rama back. I accompanied them in the hope of seeing my beloved Lakshmana. My eyes searched for Lakshmana. We spoke. It was like we never parted. Bharata and Guru Vasishta entreated Rama to return to Ayodhya. Rama refused to return. Bharata announced that he would keep his brother's sandals on the throne and administer the kingdom in Rama's name. He would do penance as a hermit for the next 14 years on the banks of the river Sarayu. So be it, said Rama. It was happening again. Something screamed within me. Mandavi would now suffer the same fate, separated from her husband Bharata. I remembered my mother's words. Suffering silently is not strength but weakness. It was then that I decided to speak. Today, in this room, we have talked about all sorts of dharmas, of the father and the son, of kings and princes, of Brahmins and Kshatriyas, even of wife towards her husband. But is there no dharma of the husband for the wife? No dharma of the son for the mother? Bharata, don't you care what happens to your wife and family? Is it always about fathers, sons and brothers? This royal family is famous for its justness when it comes to its people and the state, but it is cruelest to its family members. Justice here is not just blind, it is deaf and mute. It is easy to spurn Queen Kaikeyi now, but why didn't anyone stand up to her when she demanded her boon from King Dasharatha? one dared question her till her son returned to disobey her. Did anyone refute the king's decision, however much he was forced to take it? As a daughter-in-law of Ikshavaku race, I am searching for the answers. Did you ever think of the people who were left behind to discharge your duties? Your old mothers who won't see you for another 14 years, living on a thin sliver of hope every day. Don't you have any duty or compassion towards them? If you can't keep the vows you made to your wives, why did you brothers marry? You may be the best of brothers, the perfect sons, but never the good husbands. Guru Kashyap was furious at my outburst. Do you think this is your father, King Janaka's court, that encourages free-thinking women like Gargi? He thundered. Mithila does not treat its women shabbily, and respect to someone is not gendered. In my father's court, I was invited to attend the Brahmana Yajna as an acclaimed scholar. But unlike sage Gargi in my father's court, I did not receive any answers to my questions in Ayodhya either then or since then. So I paint and occupy myself and enrich my mind with learning. There were no answers to my questions even when Rama, Sita and Lakshmana returned to Ayodhya after 14 years. News had spread like wildfire that Sita had walked into a big, brightly burning fire to prove her chastity to Rama and the world. Why did Rama not stop the spectacle? Why are women alone doubted constantly? Why are our characters always suspect? Are men blameless? Shurpanakha came to Rama as a beautiful woman, urging him to abjure his wife and accept her. Did Sita ever doubt Rama's character? In the dilemma of dharma between the king and the son, Rama preferred to follow the dharma of the son, not the king. Why then did he give in to the suspicions of his subjects at the cost of hurting and humiliating his wife? Why did he think that Sita had to prove her innocence to the world? Some questions may have no answers, but the questions must be asked. Let women through the ages ask the questions I have raised. They will find answers when they make choices that will decide and determine their identity and life.